Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your host Vikash Chandra Pedirilla, and let's do a reading for the month of March 2021 for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter signs for the sign of Aries. And since you're a fire sign, Aries, let's do a reading quite quickly. Let's not waste any time because you are a very fire sign. You don't want to waste any time. Now I'll do the Golden Dawn spread. I'm getting into your situation, your current path, alternate path, psychological basis and karma. You can find the timestamps below in the description as well. Alright guys, now the cards are drawn down. Let's do the face up of the cards and see what we have. Alright guys, now the face up of the cards are done. Let's get into your reading. So in this situation you got love, indolence and Ace of Swords. So your situation is very good. Okay, it's excellent. Your with regards to your emotions, you got love and indolence. So you're quite peaceful. Okay. So with the love and indolence, it relates to your emotions. So these two cards are quite positive. Love is very positive, meaning that you're quite happy. Okay, you're quite happy. You feel that you're balanced. Your emotions are balanced, and you feel like everything is flowing freely. There is no trouble with regards to your emotions, and in life in general, you feel like everything is flowing freely. Okay, into this lotus, and also you feel like over time things are growing as it is flowing freely. It is pouring the water for the lotus and it's growing. Okay, so there's a lot of representation of Cancer over here, which is emotions. So that's why Cancer, and this is a male symbol. So yeah, a lot of connection of with people also. It's very good. Your emotions are very good, and there is significance of lotus also. Something to do with lotus is also significant in your situation. We got indolence. It can be flowers also. If it is lotus, it is not necessarily a particular lotus. It may be flowers also with the lotus. Then we have indolence, which is the same thing. Even though at tough times or difficult times or times when you don't feel that you have enough with the love next to indolence and next to Ace of Swords, even at tough times, no matter what, you're kind of balanced. So this is at the center, indolence, which is half filled. You have love and Ace of Swords balancing it up. So if you feel, you know that everything happens for a reason, and because you have that in the middle, indolence, you're trying to understand what it really means, to feel happy. So that's what you're understanding. And with the Ace of Swords, you're gaining experience also. So again, I opened the book of Thoth and I saw this meaning for this card again, and there is will over here written, and that is the willpower. So your confidence is improving every day, and you're learning more with the Ace of Swords usually. And March is all about, I feel like, looking at your emotions and trying to gain more knowledge. You'll be gaining more knowledge with regards to your emotions, is what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords. And this knowledge is very, very high amount of knowledge with the Ace of Swords, because it's the root of the swords. So it's rooted. It's very deep and very high knowledge. Let's get into your current path. This is your situation that is bringing you right now. Let's get into your current path, what you currently want to go, which direction you want to go. You got 9 of discs, which is gain, Princess of Discs, and 5 of Swords, which is defeat. And your current path, you're intending to go with gain. There should be a lot of positive gain happening in your life with regards to money, either in money or with relationships, with people. People should gain more about you, learn more about you. Something, you have to gain something. That is your current path is gain. Usually it represents money because discs. You got Princess of Discs, which is also discs, which is money. So you're working on making money, gaining money, or it could be something related to gain. Just gaining. It might also be collecting, is what I'm saying. Because when it comes to gain and with the Princess of Discs, usually Princess of Discs likes to collect things. Princess of Discs is like she wants to be the Queen of Discs. So she's trying to make, have this money, all this land. And usually coming next to gain, it doesn't represent land. It could be, but it represents that it likes to collect things because it wants to see once in a while how it is, something like that. So you might be collecting things and putting in a showcase, and once in a while you'll be seeing and you'll feel happy. So something like that, and trying to use that to get away from negativity, which is defeat. So defeat represents not necessarily someone fighting every time. Defeat also represents negativity because we got this pentagram and everything. It's kind of, there's a lot of occult symbolism also. So I don't usually put negativity in that, but defeat represents negativity. So you are using this as a solution to get rid of your negativity. So that is what you're doing. So of course your life, exactly in the center you got indolence. So your life, you're trying to, there is something which is not happy, you're not feeling very happy about it, but you are very positive right now because you are learning and you're able to flow freely. Everything is flowing freely. And in your current path, you want to get off the negativity aside by just collecting and gaining things. And this collection is just to make you strong and make you confident. And once in a while you don't want to spend it, or you don't want to lose it once you gain it. You want to just preserve that, and once in a while you want to look at it in order to feel that strength. That's what Princess of Discs usually means. She wants to be the Queen of Discs. So she's trying to prepare with that kind of energy, especially with the gain. That's what it represents. And yeah, without that, usually it represents, without gain usually represents real estate things, wanting to gain land if you're a female, because princess is a female. But since it got gain, next to it could be real estate, but it could be. But since gain and defeat, it kinds of alters that, but it could be somewhere in the middle, it could be. Now you got your alternate path. This is something which you alternately do, okay, rather than your current path. We got failure, Aeon and Veiler. Instead of just getting something to get rid of your negativity, which you're doing current path, you're gaining something in order to push something aside. Okay, you're gaining something which you believe it is good for you, and by that you're using as a medium to get rid of something negative. That is what your current path. But what you can alternately do, that the universe is suggesting, is rather than just gaining and putting aside, welcome the failure first. Just welcome it with the failure card, because this is the first card in the alternate path. So your alternately, what you can do is, first card is failure, welcome that. Okay, because when you restrict something, when you hold on to something, the rigidity and the tension becomes stronger, and there'll be a lot of energy built up. When you lose the tension, then everything flows freely and you can work on that. Okay, when you welcome it, you're welcoming it, and when you lose the ties, there'll be no tension and there'll be a lot of free energy. So what you put your mind into will flow freely. When you have the tension, because you're very rigid on something, even though you have a good intention, it doesn't flow freely because there is a lot of tension in that. So think there is a knot and you tie a knot, so there's a lot of tension. So you have to lose the knot, so that your mind and what thoughts you want to have and what intentions you want to have, it will manifest into reality by flowing freely with the problem and everything. So welcome the failure. There's no problem with that. When you welcome failure, it doesn't mean that you like failure and universe gives you that. It doesn't mean that. When you're welcoming failure, you're usually saying, no matter what happens, I'm open to it. That's what. Okay. When you say that I'm not open to negativity, I want only positivity, that's a good idea. But usually, if you want positive, then you have to work with negative also, in order to transmute that negative into positive, because energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, so universe can't give you something positive, it cannot be created. Okay, it should be only transferred. So everything is just transferred, every energy is transferred. So you have to understand that you have to transmute the negative into positive. That's what we light workers do. We come to this earth for a reason, to transmute the darkness into light. Okay, trying to bring the light. And that's what with the failure is the same thing, trying to welcome that. When you welcome it, then automatically you won't believe, automatically most of the problem will be solved when you welcome it, because that the belief becomes stronger that you can solve it. When you welcome it, when you have the belief that you can solve it, automatically on most of the problem is solved. With the Aeon is the same thing. There you have a lot of experience with this, with failures. Okay, whatever problems in your life or everything like that, you have experience with the Aeon card. Aeon is past, so welcome that. And with the Veiler, yeah, it will give you strength. It will give you strength in a way that you didn't even expect. It will give you that level of strength. It will give you that level of power with the Veiler card. You can see there is Mars symbol over here. Absolutely amazing. This deck is absolutely amazing. You got Leo, you got Mars. Same. If I had to create a tarot deck, I definitely put Mars and Leo for this card, Veiler, and it is there, and it is very good. It means that you won't even expect. See, you're an Aries person and you're getting Veiler card in your alternate path, and you have the strength to do it. Aries is a fiery sign. You can do it. Okay, you will have the strength. It's like if you lift 10 kgs usually, Usually if you take the alternate path, you won't even notice that you have left 20 kgs. So you'll have the strength to lift that much weight, is what I'm saying. So just an example, okay? So you'll be more surprised that you have achieved something which is beyond your expectations when you take the alternate path. Let's look into your psychological basis, what is running in the background. You got star, the star, the sun, and cruelty. And notice almost all major arcanas usually start with the sun, the star, the aeon, the moon, the universe, because it is major and it has to start with the, okay, the article of the. I like to say the article of the, and it reminds me of my school days, the articles a, and the. I usually like the concept of a, and the. I'll get into that later. It's so beautiful, a and the articles. The is amazing. The star, okay? So yeah, what is happening in the background is stars are helping you. This is what is happening. The cosmos is helping you. The star is helping you. Simple. I don't want to get into more detail because it explains it all. Star is helping you. Sun is helping you. Meaning, usually if I get star and if I get some other card other than sun, I won't even get the intuition of cosmos. Universe is seeing clearly when star is coming, moon is also coming, sun is also coming. We got moon card also, we got universe card also. But yeah, star and sun, universe is helping you. The cosmos usually is helping you. Okay, in the background it is helping you. Because whenever this card comes, universe always tries to help us. There is no other way around. So automatically that's it. Next is Nine of Swords, which is cruelty. Also understanding. Okay, universe is trying to help you understand things. Okay, that is what it means in this case with the cruelty card. If anybody says something which is not relevant or some which you don't deserve, also universe tries to teach you that with the cruelty card. Cruelty doesn't mean you are cruel, it means some other people might be cruel. That is what. Because when you get the exposure of the sun and star, your vibration changes and it tries to outshine the darkness, and this is the darkness. Okay, that is Nine of Swords. Let's look into your karma. We got the universe, abundance, and the moon, which is karma, which is very good. Actually, March is very good for all zodiac signs, is what I am feeling. Especially for air signs, it's very good. Fire signs also, it's starting to be very good. If fire and air are balanced, then automatically all zodiac signs will be balanced. So I'm hoping for that. We got the universe as the karma. If you get the universe as karma in the reading, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what other cards are there. If you get karma in the universe, you don't have to watch this reading also. To be really honest, you can just continue with your life, because if universe comes in karma, no matter what happens, universe is there for you. It's trying to teach what happened, what is really happening. There'll be few signs, there'll be few signals, universe card, and by that it'll help you. Look for signs, look for symbolism, look for signs of the universe. I'll also make a separate video on connecting with the universe and trying to communicate with the universe. There's a lot of ways universe communicates, okay, with probability. You can flip a coin, like for example, if you have a doubt whether yes or no, you can keep yes as heads and tail as no, because usually heads and tails, the concept is Rahu and Ketu. Okay, Rahu is the head, the snake head, and the tail of the snake is tails, heads and tails. So Rahu and Ketu, it's been separated because I told you the concept of Rahu and Ketu. They have been cut down because they drank the liquid of immortality, meaning forever life. They drank that liquid, the snake drank that, and when before, I think one of the Hindu goddess saw that, god or goddess, he cut the snake. and before he cut the snake, he drank it. The snake drank it. So Rahu is head and Ketu is tail. It was before one. So Rahu is head, the heads in the coin. Ketu is the tails. So head is usually positive because Ketu is past and Rahu is the future, right? The future, you always look into the positive future, not negative future. You don't look at the back. So head is front and tails is always back. So head and tail, that's why it's up and down, front and back. So head is tail, head is positive, head is S, tail is no. So you can ask a question like, for example, like it depends on your present energy also. Every time it changes. For example, if you want, should I go with this or should I go with that? Then even that can help. But usually S or no questions work with coins. I'm telling you this in simple words, okay? Because you got universe card, you can try it out. So for example, if you want a yes or no question, if you have a question, yes or no, take head says yes and tail says no, flip a coin, it will be one of those things usually, right? So take that, no matter what happens, no matter what comes, that is the result of your, that is the reflection of what the energy of your present energy with regards to your question. That's it. Again, if you flip a coin, you can get tails. The reason, because it's the space-time concept. The time which you did it, it's different. The space and time is a space-time. Okay, so it's totally different. Every time it changes. But depending your one, if you want to believe the universe, then you have to do it only once. There is also a lot of other readings that people do, astrologers and other people. That there is only even in tarot, I believe, not in tarot, I don't know, maybe in tarot also. Yeah, usually in tarot also. I've seen people do it. There is a particular method of reading. You have to do it only once to get your reading. So something like that. There's this particular cards, not tarot, but there's particular cards. I'll research on that and do a video for that particular cards. And in life, everyone has to do it only once, the reading. And no matter what comes, that's the final reading. So that will be a reading. So something like that. So every time if you want to ask a question, check only once. You will get the most best answer. Even if you want to do a tarot, if you want to get a tarot reading, if you have a particular question, ask a tarot reader only once and take the answer whatever comes and believe that that is the answer. Okay, for your current situation, current energies. If the tarot reader says come back for another life, come back for another time to check the energies, then go ahead and do that. Usually the first one will be very accurate. And if a tarot reader suggests that if you have to come back and check your reading energies with respect to this question, then go ahead. But yeah, you got universe card, communicate with the universe, connect with the universe. It will give you signs, your karma, and the abundance also you'll gain. You'll gain money, whatever you want, you'll gain it, abundance. Okay, you'll be abundant with that. Your karma is to do that. Because if you look at current path and alternate path, it's almost the same thing. The way you want to do it, it depends on you. If you're really confident and to welcome the problems in your life and trying to believe that you have the strength in order to take up the problems, then go ahead and do that instead of pushing aside. But either ways, abundance is there. You got moon, you got sun and moon, which is very good. Okay, you don't usually want anything here. Sun and moon, when it comes, usually universe also comes. So yeah, eclipses also might be something relevant with this month for you. If that's gonna happen, I don't know, but maybe in some other universe it's happening and it's connecting with you. It could be, right? So because there is a lot of Egyptian figures over here, and many people say that they have teleported to another universe, another dimension, something like that. A lot of conspiracy theories are there, but usually I feel like with the sun and moon right now and the universe, I feel like even though if eclipse happens, it's good. It means that that eclipse is connecting with you. If neither of the eclipse is happening in the world in this month, then it might be from other galaxies that is happening and it is connecting with you. Okay, so that way. And that's all I have for you, Aries. In short, it is connecting with your emotions and mind and your problems, basically, whatever it is. Okay, universe is just saying, there is no problem there's no problem for you to welcome. Rather than pushing away negativity, it is saying it's okay, welcome it and embrace it. Things will move even good. That's all I have for you, Aries. If you like the reading, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload any video. And and also you can follow me on social medias. I have an Instagram link and Facebook page, even Twitter. All the links are in the description. You can follow me there. And if you stay subscribed in all my social medias, you'll get notified in every direction, so that you'll never miss any video. If you like to get a personal reading, then you can check out my business card. I do offer services for tarot reading, astrology reading, life coaching and daily readings. All my price ranges are mentioned respectively. You can find my social media links and my phone number as well. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for so much support. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.